Congratulations, Billie Eilish. Wow. That is a Grammy that every artist wants, almost as much as Trump wants Greenland. Which makes sense. I mean, because Epstein's island is gone, he needs a new one to hang out with Bill Clinton.
Donald Trump has warned comedian Trevor Noah of a lawsuit after the Grammy Awards host mocked him at the awards event.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Grammy Awards, coming to you live, and I mean completely live, because if we edited any of this show, the president would sue CBS for $16 billion.
In a Truth Social post, Trump dubbed the Grammy Awards as the worst and virtually unwatchable. Noah said incorrectly about me that Donald Trump and Bill Clinton spent time on Epstein Island. Wrong. I can't speak for Bill, but I have never been to Epstein Island nor anywhere close, and until tonight's false and defamatory statement have never been accused being there, not even by the fake news media. Noah, a total loser, better get his facts straight and get them straight fast. It looks like I'll be sending my lawyers to sue this poor, pathetic, talentless dope of an MC and suing him for plenty. Ask little George Slopodopoulos and others how that all worked out. Also ask CBS. Get ready, Noah, I'm going to have some fun with you, Trump said. Trump's remarks comes after the Department of Justice released the latest batch of files related to proclaimed sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, who died by suicide in 2019. According to an Associated Press report, the records have thousands of references to Trump, including emails in which Epstein and others shared news articles about him, commented on his policies or politics, or gossiped about him and his family.
Release of Epstein files, and do you think your critics will be satisfied with?
Well, they should be, because it looked like this guy Wolf, who's a writer, was conspiring with Epstein to do harm to me. And I didn't see it myself, but I was told by some very important people that not only does it absolve me, it's the opposite of what people were hoping, you know, the radical left, that Wolf was a third-rate writer, was conspiring with Jeffrey Epstein to hurt me, politically or otherwise. And that came through loud and clear. So we'll probably sue Wolf on that.
Sir, did you speak, or did you have any knowledge?
And maybe the Epstein estate, I guess. I don't know, but we're going to certainly sue Wolf.
Want to sue the Epstein estate?
Well, you may, I guess so, because he was conspiring with Wolf to do harm to me politically. That's not a friend.
The DOJ numbers keep changing. They say they collected 6 million pages, but they're only releasing 3. What happened to the other 3 million? What's in them? And finally, has every document that mentions the word Trump been released? Yes or no? We need answers. It's now 42 days and counting that the administration has violated the law by failing to release all the files. Every member of this body voted that all the Epstein files should be released, and we are not satisfied that the law is being complied with. We believe it is not. The American people need answers above all. The American people are asking about this. Pressure from the American people got just about every member of the House and Senate to vote to release the files. Why haven't the whole thing been released? And why are there so many holes, missing pieces, unanswered questions when it comes to the release of the Epstein files? The longer Pam Bondi hides the truth from the American people, the more the American people ask, what are they trying to hide? I yield the floor and note the absence.
The tens of thousands of pages released last month included previously released flight logs showing Trump flew on Epstein's private jet in the 1990s before their falling out, and several photographs of Clinton. None of Epstein's victims who have gone public with their stories have publicly accused the president, a Republican, nor Clinton, a Democrat, of wrongdoing.
Your critics will be satisfied with?
Well, they should be, because it looked like this guy Wolf, who's a writer, was conspiring with Epstein to do harm to me. And I didn't see it myself, but I was told by some very important people that not only does it absolve me, it's the opposite of what people were hoping, the radical left. That Wolf, who's a third-rate writer, was conspiring with Jeffrey Epstein to hurt me, politically or otherwise. And that came through loud and clear. So we'll probably sue Wolf on that. And maybe the Epstein estate, I guess. I don't know. But we're going to certainly sue Wolf. Well, you may, I guess so, because he was conspiring with Wolf to do harm to me politically. That's not a friend.
U.S. President Donald Trump broke silence on the explosive fallout from the latest release of Jeffrey Epstein files, claiming that the more than 3 million pages do not implicate him, but instead clear his name. Trump alleged that writer Michael Wolff conspired with Jeffrey Epstein to politically damage him, calling Wolff a third-rate writer and accusing him of coordinated harm. Trump went further, saying legal action is likely and that lawsuits against Wolff and possibly others are being considered. On Friday, the U.S. Justice Department released more Epstein-related documents, including 2,000 videos and nearly 180,000 images now placed into the public domain. The files contain emails, reports, photographs, and unverified claims involving some of the world's most powerful figures, from politicians and billionaires to filmmakers and celebrities. Among those newly appearing in the documents, filmmaker Brett Ratner, seen in photos with Epstein and 2 women. Ratner directed the documentary Melania, released just days ago. His production company has not yet responded to requests for comment. Another revelation names filmmaker Mira Nair, mother of New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani, as an attendee at a 2009 after-party hosted at Ghislaine Maxwell's townhouse, an event also attended by Bill Clinton and Jeff Bezos, according to a contemporaneous email included in the files. The documents also contain unverified FBI reports alleging that Trump was compromised by Israel, citing the influence of his son-in-law Jared Kushner, claims the president has repeatedly denied. Separate files revisit questions around Kushner's business dealings, Russian-linked investments, and past real estate transactions flagged by confidential sources as raising red flags. Epstein's longtime lawyer Alan Dershowitz is also named in the documents, with allegations claiming intelligence influence, allegations Dershowitz has strongly denied in the past. Meanwhile, tech billionaire Bill Gates has firmly rejected claims found in draft emails written by Epstein himself, emails that were never sent, calling the allegations absolutely absurd and completely false. The Justice Department has warned that being named in the files does not imply wrongdoing, and that many claims are unverified, sensational, or submitted by unreliable sources. Yet the scale of the release and the number of powerful names involved is reigniting global scrutiny over who knew what and when. As legal threats, political accusations, and unanswered questions swirl, one thing is clear: the Epstein files are far from finished shaking Washington. The name Jeffrey Epstein still echoes through the corridors of global power. And today, it echoes once more in the inbox of one of the world's most powerful men. Newly released documents from the United States Department of Justice reveal previously undisclosed email exchanges between billionaire tech entrepreneur Elon Musk and the disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. Emails that suggest contact was more extensive and more cordial than Musk has publicly acknowledged. The messages date back to 2012 and 2013, years after Epstein's 2008 conviction for soliciting a minor and years before his arrest on federal sex trafficking charges. In one exchange from December 2013, Musk writes, "We'll be in the BVI, St. Bart's area over the holidays. Is there a good time to visit?" Epstein replies casually, "Any day 1st to 8th, always space for you." The two continue discussing dates. January 2nd is penciled in. Epstein even writes, "I was really looking forward to finally spending some time together, with just fun as the agenda." The meeting ultimately does not take place. Epstein later cancels, citing scheduling conflicts in New York. But the emails don't stop there. A year earlier, in November 2012, Epstein asks Musk, "How many people will you be for the heli to Island?" Musk replies, "Probably just Tallulah and me. What day or night will be the wildest party on your island?" Another exchange follows, this time about parties, helicopters, and the social scene in the Caribbean. Epstein suggests St. Bart's instead. He adds, "The ratio on my island might make Tallulah uncomfortable." Musk responds, "Ratio is not a problem for Tallulah." Again, the visit does not take place. On January 2, 2013, Musk writes, "Logistics won't work this time around." No evidence shows Musk ever traveled to Epstein's island, but the tone of the correspondence, friendly, informal, familiar, stands in contrast to Musk's long-standing public denials. In 2019, Musk told Vanity Fair that Epstein was obviously a creep and claimed Epstein had tried repeatedly to get him to visit the island, invitations he said he declined. The newly released emails now complicate that narrative. The documents also include references to a possible lunch meeting at SpaceX in 2013, coordinated by Epstein's longtime assistant. And separate messages show Epstein congratulating Musk after a SpaceX rocket launch, followed by friendly back-and-forth emails. Whether those meetings actually took place remains unclear. What is clear is that Musk has repeatedly invoked Epstein's name to attack others. He accused Bill Gates of hypocrisy over Gates's past connection to Epstein. He publicly suggested the U.S. president's name appeared in Epstein files before deleting the posts. Yet when his own name surfaced, he called it false. The emails are part of a massive release of nearly 3 million Justice Department documents, shedding new light on Epstein's web of contacts, a web that has long ensnared politicians, financiers, and tech titans. Epstein was found dead in his jail cell in 2019, officially ruled a suicide, a death that fueled global suspicion and unanswered questions. Now, years later, his inbox is speaking again. And once again, the shadow of Jeffrey Epstein stretches toward the highest levels of power, forcing uncomfortable questions into the open, questions that refuse to stay buried.